Hello, I'm Carol Flavin. This is my layout, the Harland Light Railway. This is the corner as you come into the room. And today I'm talking to you about the castle here. This is part 2 of 3. Part 1 was the castle alone and how I built the mountain underneath it. This one is about these crashing waterfalls that come down off it. They come down through a gorge, and then they end up coming down under this bridge, forming a lake here and dropping over the harbour walls. So I'm going to talk to you about the crashing waterfalls and the early part of the gorge. Part 3 is about the rest of this, including the lake and how I made it run over the harbour walls. I hope you enjoy it. My starting point was some scenic fibres from WW Scenics. I put them into place and I used Galleria heavy structure gel, which I painted in place quite thickly, and then I used my fingers to stretch them across so that they looked as if they were narrow little waterfalls crashing down a hillside. I used heavy structure gel, the Galleria heavy structure gel I've used before, and I did use these. These are the scenic fibres from Deluxe Materials, and I wanted to use those to give the feeling of movement down the waterfall. This is what the fibres look like. They're a bit like angel hair actually, they're very, very fine. But in reality, what I found was that they've come out looking a bit yellow. You can see that there isn't quite as white as I would like. So what I'm going to do is use my paintbrush to paint it and hopefully make it look more like a proper white splashing waterfall. Tub of white paint, brush, very fine brush actually. Wet the brush slightly and start to paint down on the tops. So where it's raised, it gets the paint. I really like using the heavy structure gel, but it does take a while to dry. So I left it and I started to build the gorge by building up rocks that I'd made from the loft insulation foam and painted, and I used household filler to stick them into place. So this is the waterfalls as they come down off Castle Mountain and head towards the river and off and across the harbour walls. Now I'm much happier with the colour of this. It wasn't that I didn't like the fibres, it was just that the Woodland Scenics fibres had a sort of yellow tone to them and I wanted more of a white turbulent look. So this is what I've done by using my paintbrush. While I was making this bit of the video though, I noticed that I had what looked like a rather ominous looking face in the waterfall. So I painted it out. I then painted over the top of the waterfall with gloss medium with a small amount of white paint in it, acrylic paint. This is because there were just a few little strips of paint showing in the photographs and I decided that I would cover them over. I enjoy making water on a model railway. I particularly like making crashing waterfalls like these. So, of course, I made space for it. I hope you found this video useful and informative. Please, if you did, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, give it a thumbs up, share it with other people. Anyway, I will talk to you again in part 3 when I talk about the lake here and the waterfalls over the edge of the harbour wall. Okay, thank you. Speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.